Hello, welcome back. This is Lizzy the Stitcher. Come on in for a floss tube full of cross stitch. It's actually more of just a stitchy update this time round, so it might go quite quick, but we'll see. Anyway, welcome to the new subscribers. I'm so pleased to meet you. Thank you for commenting. That's really nice, and welcome back to my regular viewers. It's really nice to have the company. So where do we start? Let's see, I've got my fake book of days. I had a big A4 book which I filled out, and now I'm onto this new little notebook that my daughter bought me. It's just a plain lined book, and cheapy me prints off the calendar and I fill out what I stitch each day. It's a bit scribbly, I'll just flash it, but I write my whips that I have going over. Now if you have 30 whips, which is works in progress, you're probably not going to write that each month, but I don't have that many, so I write them in. And I write my goals, which is like not what I have to achieve, but what I would like to achieve, and I make them super easy so that I can tick them off, because tick tick. And then on the other page, I write my new starts for the month, and I write my finishes for the month. Like that. And I'm not a tidy writer, so it's all scribbly. So I'm going to use my book to guide me today. And I also wanted to just first remember to give Tasha of Britches Get Stitches a shout out. She was trying to get to 1,000 followers, and the last time I looked, I'm pretty sure she had gotten there, so congratulations. She's doing a vlog style floss tube where she does little snippet videos each day, and she does nice little stitchy videos with music, which I like, the little different bits of music she picks. And I really like when she films her stitching group. And I saw on her last one that Sarah, I'll put the name in if I remember, she was, I saw her in there. And so yeah, hello to you. And let's see, is there any, I don't think I've had any other shout outs since the last one. I don't think so. And I was just sitting down to watch Phoebe. I'm behind on floss tubes, but Phoebe Moonshine Stitchery, her video just popped up, so I'm looking forward to watching that. Okay, so where we are with the cross stitch. My cat's watching me, so she might pop in.
Say hello.
Now I'm covered in fur. It's, you know, like we're heading into summer and it's molting season, cat fur everywhere. End of September. I had 2 new starts. So when rewind. When I left you last, I didn't really give you my plans because I didn't really have any except working on my whips. And I had a couple, I think I had a spare week, so I was pulling out projects I was going to start, big ones. And then I watched some floss tubes, and that was a waste of time because then I changed my plans and did a U-turn and pulled out different projects. And so yeah, I wasn't planning on having any starts, but I had 5 new starts in October, and I had 2 new starts on the last day of September. So that's how we roll. You just do what you want. Okay, so the first one was this here. Reflet de Soie, Claudia Brayson, 1888. My favourite number, number 8. Shouldn't tell you that, but it is. And it's done in red. Funky border, alphabets. I know some people are avoiding alphabets. I'm not. So this is stitch count of 259 by 260. And it took me a while to understand what thread I needed. It says on the back, Soie d'Alger 946, 35 meters. So yeah, with the number of strands and all that, I had no clue what that was, and I wasn't going to buy that thread. So some ladies in New Zealand had been stitching with cottage garden threads in Bonnybrook, and I had one skein, so I jumped on and ordered some more so that I could do this. And it's so cottage garden threads Bonnybrook, and it's like an inky blue, and I've unwound these two, and it's got dark and medium blue in it, and it's 6-strand floss, hand dyed. So I worked out that I needed 3, and then when I actually went to start it and did my maths again, I needed 4, so I had to go and order another skein. So I'm sure I've got plenty now. So that's that, and I'm doing it on, what is that called? Okay, I'm doing it on number 12 Stitch Co. hand dyed linen in the colour, it's 40 count weathered. So I'm trying 40 count, and it's a very, very tight weave, so I am struggling a little bit, but I decided to choose this as my 1 strand of floss a day. And let's try this way. That's the linen, which is, I don't know how to describe that, but that's pretty accurate. So I've got a big fat quarter of that, and I'm doing the top border. And I'm trying to get the colours right without going out of focus. That's looking pink. Let's see, try that. So I'm just doing literally 1 strand of floss a day, and I'm having to stick and stab. I can't, it's too tight to do the sewing method. I'm trying a new needle, and the needle goes through easy, but I still can't do the scooping action. So all I'm focusing on basically is doing, it's most of that I can do with 1 thread, not quite the whole thing. And I'm not worrying too much about how long it takes, but when I get to, I think I'm just over halfway. So when I get to the other side and I'm sure that I've got my measurements right, because I don't want to unpick anything, and if it's wrong, it's staying. If it's wrong, I'll cut it off and turn it into something. But I'm enjoying that, and I haven't worked on it every day, but most days I'm trying to pick it up. So that's working out really good. So that will be a long-term project. And the next one I started was, I'm not sure, I think it was a birthday start, but I don't know whose the birthday was. Kim, I saw it on Kim, the Contented Needleworker's Flosstube, and they were doing a stitch along for Blackbird Designs Thy Love More Strong, and I forgot to write down the other ladies that were doing it, but there is a stitch along, and I chose number 12 Stitch Co. 36 count cereal starter. That's the linen, cereal starter. It's a pinky, it's a dirty pinky, not dirty, but it's a muddy pinky fabric, and I've changed colours, and I need a, by the way, I tried to do beach waves today, but it didn't really work out. It's just a bit of a tangled mess. So anyway, it's a pinky fabric, cereal starter, 36 count, and I changed my colours to make it a little bit more pinky, and that's my version. So you can see the kind of muddy pinky parts, and I haven't actually finished it. I still have to put my daughter's name in there. So I'll show you first. And I really like it, so I decided on the colours as I went. I had first stitched the green across there, which was Weeks Dye Works caper. and it was very, very dark. So I decided to leave it until the end and then rip it out and use, I thought I would do the whole lot in the Classic Colourworks Camouflage colour, which is a slightly lighter green. And then as I was going, I realised I needed some more green in there. So anyway, these are the original colours and the colours that I had picked. So one of the ones I didn't use was the Cappuccino, Classic Colourworks Cappuccino. I nearly did, and then I changed my mind. I added in Gentle Art Endive for an extra light green. I used Classic Colourworks Used Brick, Classic Colourworks Camouflage. Hopefully you can see that, you get the idea. Classic Colourworks Brown Hen, Gentle Art Old Brick. I think that, yes, that's different to the other one. I've got two of used brick. Okay. Gentle Art Uniform Blue, which is, that's looking purple. It's blue. Something white. No, it's looking grey. It's blue. Gentle Art Mountain Mist. Dirt Road by Weeks Dye Works, which is just a brown. The Weeks Dye Works Caper I didn't use. Weeks Dye Works Cocoa, which is a brown. Weeks Dye Works Mocha, which is a light brown. Then the Sanguine or Sanguine Weeks Dye Works, I did not use that. I swapped it because it looked drab on the fabric, so I didn't use it. And then Weeks Dye Works Schnickly. And I ended up with Weeks Dye Works Baked Apple for the red. I nearly used Cherry Cobbler by Classic Colourworks, but it was looking Christmassy at the beginning, so I changed it to Baked Apple. And then I used Gentle Art Antique Rose and Weeks Dye Works Hibiscus, which is a really bright pink. So all my changes, so I just made up where I put the endive. So I pretty much did it when there was a little rosebud. I did the vine and endive, and then the rest is camouflage for the green. These flowers here are the hibiscus, and down here the outside's hibiscus. Then I saw Kim doing a pink scented flower. It's supposed to be brown, so I think I used the antique rose on that. Yes, I did. I used I think the inside of the basket I used brown hen instead of whatever it called for. The basket flowers there, inside the flowers I used the mountain mist instead of, I think it was a brown that it called for. And then the windows and the door, I liked how the windows popped. It was supposed to be brown, so I just used some DMC Ecru in the windows to brighten them up. And all the little tiny rosebuds I used antique rose. And then for the letters and the house I used old brick. So I think that's all the changes. And for up here I think I used old brick for the satin stitches. And then my funky bird that I kind of changed. So I've got my daughter's birth year and mine and my husband's initials. So that was a nice, this linen was a loose weave, so I found it really easy to stitch, so it went by really quick. So that's my version. Then in October I picked up a whip that I'd started, and I don't know where I've put the cover sheet for the pattern. It was a PDF, Primrose Cottage Stitches. Beautiful things come together one stitch at a time, and I think it was on I think I used 36 count Milk and Honey by Fibre on a Whim with the called for overdyed threads. And that's my little piece that needs another iron. So that's going to look really nice. I don't know how to finish that one, whether I'm going to like do a quilted wall hanging or whether I'll get it framed. I'm not sure. I haven't checked my box of frames. That's really pretty. I like that one a lot. So that was a finish. That went pretty quick because it's mostly alphabet letters. Let's see. Oh, I'm also doing my mystery. I've actually finished my Christmas ornament for my exchange in New Zealand, but I can't show you because it's not posted off yet. I have to look for some little gifts to go with it. And I will take a photo and then I can post it on one of my next videos. And then I felt like a new start. So I picked up Plum Street Samplers, the Proverbs sampler, Proverbs 31, which a few people have done this year. Oh, glary. It's got the swan in it. And I did that one on the other piece of Milk and Honey, 36 count by Fibre on a Whim. And I just did, I think I just did 1 or 2 nights on this. And I've just been working on the border. So not too much, but I made a start. So now I have another whip to add to my whip pile. And for this one I wrote T in the corner, so I know that's the top because I don't know when I'll pick it up again, and no doubt I'll think that's the bottom and that's the other side's the top. And that's with the called for threads. There's Weeks Dye Works, DMC and Classic Colourworks in that one. Okay, and then the animal crackers were calling. So I've got them in my Strawberry Fields Blackbird Designs folder I made. It's just sitting in there. So I actually picked up Reynard the fox. Definitely a fox, this one. I know that. The other one I thought was a fox, and someone said it was a squirrel. So I picked him up. I've dyed a piece of fabric to do all of them on. The same colour as my last animal crackers, but I tried to go a little bit darker because there is some white on the badger. And I just did 1 night on his leg. So it's 36 count and just something I dyed, and I'm using the called for overdyed threads, Weeks Dye Works, I think. And this, my friend was asking what the DMC conversion was because she was going to buy the pattern, and it doesn't actually have a DMC conversion in there. It's only lists Weeks Dye Works, but she found a good, she managed to get them substituted. So that's the leg, very exciting. And then my friend wanted to do Clovis. So I said I would join her and stitch Clovis. And so she's doing hers on DMC on, I think she's using Ada. And had a good couple of nights. This was actually much easier to stitch than the Maggie May. It went real quick. And this is my zombie badger. So I'm leaving the eyes off until the end just because there's some ladies in our group, they love headless things and quirky things. So I just thought, why not? I'll leave the eyes off till the end and then she can come to life. So that's the apron was, I thought that would be hard with all the little roses inside, but it came together super easy. So that's where I'm at on Clovis, with her little snout. And yeah, I've got all colours for all 3 animal crackers on here. Super nice colours. So I'm going to pick that up again next weekend and do some more on Clovis. Let's see. And then in the weekends, I said I would work on Primrose cottage stitches as well. So I had a new start on the Christmas Quaker. And I chose just a little scrap of 35 count linen that I just gave a really weak dunk of tea. It's turned out kind of creamy, and I've done some frogging, so I have a red patch on it, and I'm using some leftover skeins of cherry cobbler from Classic Colourworks. So it's not actually showing much variegation, but I think it's a nice little Christmas piece. So this is where I'm at. So you can see a little bit of tea. It's not quite white, it's just ever such a hint of weak tea. And that's where I had to frog out. So I need to kind of get the fuzzies off. It's left fuzzies. I don't know what I did, but I got off on my counting. So that's going to be really, really nice for Christmas if I keep going on it, which I should. And I am having to travel. There are some places on the pattern, like these little single stitches, where I'm going to have to travel to. And so I'm hoping my thread won't show behind the white too much, because it is quite a dark red. So anyway, I'm not in the Christmas spirit yet. I've seen one shop with Christmas stuff in. So yeah, I think everybody's feeling it in New Zealand this year. It's been cost of living and all that stuff. But anyway. And then on to my Blackbird Designs Bird series. So I did a start. This is She Sights a Bird. No, that's the wrong one. Wait, okay. Hear the crickets sing. So I'm supposed to be doing about a half of one of these every month, so that I've got 2 months to do the whole thing, but I didn't really get very far on this. So where's my board gone? Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just did the border and started the inside. So there's my other ones off to there. So using the called for threads. So I have a way to go on that one. Okay, my pile is about to tip over. We're nearly there actually. Proverbs, Stacey Nash, Primrose, Blackbird Designs. Right, and then I've just gotten back to my Plum Street Designs, Plum Street Samplers Summer Moon. Everybody's getting into the moons. So this is a whip I've had, and I did spend a week on it at the beginning of October, and I've just picked it up again to do a little bit more. This is all the called for fabric and threads. So I still have a lot to go. Okay, so since last time I did all of the red building behind the bunny on this side and the windows, which are not filled in, and I did the roof, and then I've come up and done the roof, and I've started filling in the grass, and last night I did the vase basket thing, and the little star, which I forgot to leave a gap in the roof for the star points, so I just stitched over the top. I think it's okay. It's not really showing. Can you see it? Yeah. So I still have to do the moon, the flagpole, the date, fill in the basket, do the bunny and all the flowers and leaves, and the little spinny flags on the other side of the building. So, and fill in all the grass. But I'm liking it a lot. So that's, I'm trying to work on that a lot so that I can have a fresh start in 2025, but I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Let's see, my daughter is on study leave next week, and then she has her big exams, and Mummy doesn't do well with exam time. I get anxious and just want her to do well, but in the mock-up exams that she had just done, she got, I think, a couple of excellences, merits, and then one not achieved, which is the first not achieved she's ever had. So if she fails in the big exams, they go back to the derived exams and they use those results. So it's really important she does well for that, but it's beyond my control. So, and then that's pretty much it for school. It'll be summer holidays. I probably won't be doing as much stitching because it's hot and sticky. So I don't know quite when my next video will be. I would like to do one more before Christmas, but I will have to kick my family out of the house so I can have peace and quiet. I did buy, well, not much haul. I've got to find it. Some floss. And some DMC to go with it. And this is for Leigh of Creative Leigh asked me to stitch a pattern along with her, and it's on order hopefully. Helen, make sure you get it because I'll be stuck without it. So Leigh of Creative Leigh, she is buying the Plum Street Samplers Real Comfort, and that big house that I wanted, and it was released like straight after I said I wanted it. And it was like, oh, that's good for the budget. I hadn't planned on that being so soon. Anyway, so I've got the pattern on order. I bought the thread. I managed to find a piece of the Fox and Rabbit Saltbush, which is coming in the courier today. Very excited for that because Fox and Rabbit have had to get it from Australia. Hopefully it's the right thing that turns up. I haven't bought from this shop before, and we're going to start it, I think, in January for Leigh's birthday. So that's going to be a big one. And this is the pattern that, if you go to Lisa of Kindred Stitcher, she has just finished it, and it's all the autumn vibes. It's beautiful. So I'm looking forward to another monster stitch for the new year. And I think that's all I've bought. I have cut up some Christmas fabric to make a Christmas portfolio. I need to go and buy some soft and stable to make for the inside, and some lining. I don't have enough fabric for lining, and a zip. Show you what I cut up. I don't know who the fabrics are by. It's just out of my scrap bin. I know this one's Lynette Anderson, so I've got some Rudolph reindeer fabric for the pockets. This is Nutex. It's gingerbread men and stockings and prezzy baskets, prezzy boxes, plum puddings. That'll be another pocket. Then I've got, I think this is a Lynette Anderson fabric. It's just a little it's from a Christmas range. It's just a little X. I'm going to use that for the zip bindings. So I've cut my bindings. I'm not sure what this is, but it's just a bright, this will be the binding on the outside, just a bright stripe. And then the outside, I don't remember if I was given this fabric or whether I bought it. I don't remember. And I don't know who it is because it's got no selvage. Which way up is it? This way. So it's little jars of snowmen, Santa, Santa in the chimney, Rudolph, a little house, a candle. I think that's about it. So super fun. So I'm looking forward to making that. Maybe that will get me in the Christmas spirit. I actually am a bit low on Christmas patterns and ornament patterns. So I need to be looking to see what's going to be coming up. Maybe some designers will let some new patterns out. Quilting. I did quilt my birds on the panel, which it won't show up because I matched the thread to the birds. And I had some tension problems, but this is just for practicing anyway. But you can see this is the back, how I've gone around the bird's tail. I could try and show it. We'll see if we can show it. Okay. Right. This is the one with all the birds. So I've outlined all the birds. Yeah, so you can't see the stitching at all, but I've gone like around the feathers and all that. And then I've started on the background, which is really testing my skills. I have not done this for a while, so I actually drew it with a friction pen to do my first bits. I need to practice, but I don't practice. I just jump in and do it. I'm kind of trying to do wavy lines around the birds to get a particular effect, but I don't think I've mastered it. But whatever, it'll be fine once it's all done. Yeah, I need to practice. But yeah, the weather's warming up and I don't feel like sewing as much when the weather's warm. I like a good rainy day to curl up and shut the curtains, put the light on and stitch or sew. So I'll let you go off to your next floss tube. So thanks for joining me on my stitchy update, and I hope you'll come back and see me next time. See ya.